Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Today, we have a crazy Karen in court who's suing everyone, including her entire family. But before we get into what looks like a future Thanksgiving involving flying turkey legs, let me tell you about today's sponsor, FreeSpoke. These days, we're living in a world where algorithms filter information, agendas drive narratives, and big tech decides what you should and should not see. FreeSpoke is a powerful AI tool built for truth and freedom of speech. It addresses ideological biases that you may not even know that you're being exposed to. It's a neutral, independent voice with full privacy. When researching any question with FreeSpoke, you'll get neutral answers, fully cited, with podcast clips tuned to the exact moment the topic is being discussed. It often has a timeline showing how the story has evolved, so that you can see where there's a consensus, where there's division, and then you can dive deeper without algorithms making that decision for you. Your searches stay 100% private with no tracking or profiling, and best of all, no targeted ads. With FreeSpoke, you can get the full truth, unadulterated and unfiltered. Upgrade to FreeSpoke Premium for less than $30 a year by going to my link, freespoke.com/Team Skeptic, or entering Skeptic35 to get unlimited access to FreeSpoke's unbiased AI along with a fully ad-free browsing experience. So stop falling for the narratives that one side or another wants you to believe and get the answers big tech won't give you honestly by following the link on screen or in the description to get 35% off and sign up today to transform how you get the truth. So let's begin.
All right, so everybody's here in the right place. What I have is one plaintiff and three different defendants on three different small claims cases, although they seem to generally be about the same incident. So I would just call them together. It's file 24-0148586 and 24-01600. All parties are here today for a small claims case. What small claims means is that you are not asking for this to be decided by a jury, but be decided right here in front of me. You also can only ask for so much money. I think these were all $5,000 suits. You also cannot use attorneys. Everybody is here trying to get this done without attorneys. And so first thing I have to determine is if everybody is ready, willing, and able to proceed in that fashion in front of me. If anybody wishes to move this to general civil in front of the district court judges, they can ask for that. That would generally be granted. But if everyone is able to, Ms. Rodriguez, you able to turn your camera on? If everyone else is ready to proceed here in front of me, first thing I'm going to do is swear everybody in. So I need everybody to raise their right hands. Ms. Rodriguez?
Yes, sir. I'm raising my hand.
Okay, I need you to turn your camera on.
That I'm not sure exactly how to do on this phone.
Everybody swear or affirm any testimony they give here today would be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So here is the thing. I do have some information about this. This is mostly feels like a landlord-tenant situation to me. I am going to ask Ms. Rodriguez. I'm looking at the affidavit here against Ms. Lodged, and I just can't read it. I said, could you just tell me what that says? I bought the boat.
Oh, for Miss for Janie. Yes, sir. I had bought this pontoon boat right before 4th of July, so me and my kids could go out on and have fun on. I had put it in my mom's name. I don't know why she's holding it over my head. She wants me to move out, sir. I'm trying my hardest to get my own home. I'm trying my hardest to move out. If she wants to keep it, she can keep it, but she can pay me the money then.
Ma'am,
I mean,
why are you suing Miss Lodgden for $5,000? Tell me that.
That's what the boat costed, and I wasn't able to ride on it all this time. I'm not able to use it.
All right, just stop. Let me ask. Whose boat did this belong to?
Me, sir.
So you bought the boat from who?
I bought the boat from a guy in Grand Haven. I bought it from him back in June, at the end of June. I had it put in my mom's name. I
Why
got
are you
proof of all
suing your
that.
mother
I got proof
about the boat?
because she won't give it back to me, sir. I've asked her for my bike and my boat back, and she won't give them back to me. I don't understand, sir. That you're
Ma'am,
right. I'm not
how can
understanding.
she give you a boat?
What do you mean? How can she give me a boat? It's the money. What are you talking about?
Why would she owe you the money?
It's my boat, sir.
Okay, so you own a boat. What does that have to do with your mother?
She won't give me the paperwork, sir. I'm not understanding. That's why I'm here in court for my bike. Well, my bike's next September 5th. She has my bike in her name too. I'm trying. I asked her. I
Why are
have
they in
proof.
her name?
Because I am in Social Security, sir. And I asked my mother to put it in her name, and she told me she wouldn't do this to me, and now she's doing it to me.
Yeah, we have a word for that. It's called fraud. Now, there are valid reasons to put personal properties in other people's names, but trying to get around Social Security benefits or restrictions is highly illegal. And what you're saying today can and will be used against you in the future.
So
Okay,
this
so
is
your
where I'm
mother
at.
owns the boat. You don't own the boat. So why are you suing her?
Because I paid for it and I can prove that, sir. That's why I'm telling you. Like, I did the same thing with my brother too, and I had to take him to, with Scotchless and do the whole trial because I can prove everything. I bought the boat. I can prove it, everything. I bought my bike. I bought it all. She just won't sign off of it, sir. She won't give it back to me. I
Okay.
don't know what
Well,
else.
ma'am, that's specific performance. You cannot sue in small claims for specific performance. Essentially, what you want is her to sign the title over to you so that you own the boat.
Or she could pay me my money that I paid it for. I got proof of all that, sir. Like, I don't
Well,
understand.
ma'am, that's
Yes.
only if she wants to buy the boat from you. If she doesn't want to
Okay.
buy the
Yeah.
boat from you, then what you're asking for is specific performance, i.e. for her to sign title over to you. I can't order that in small
Yes.
claims. You could get that ordered in general civil. Let me just explain
Okay.
to you
I'll
the
do that.
difference. Well, I want you to understand the difference so you understand. Small claims is when you're out of pocket for a dollar amount, right? I.e., oh, I loaned money to my
Yes, sir.
mom, she's supposed to pay me back, she didn't pay me back. The specific performance is give me the money. I can do that in small claims. But say your mom had sold you a house and won't sign the deed of the house over to you. You're not actually
Yeah.
asking for money, you're asking for the deed to the house. What I can't do in small claims is what's called specific performance. In other words, make someone do an action other than pay money. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So I can't
Yeah.
make
Yeah.
your mother
Yeah.
sign
Like you did my
title over
brother.
to you. Exactly. A district court judge can in general civil, but in small claims, we can't do that.
Well,
All right.
well, sir, you just made a couple weeks ago, you made my brother sign my title off to me for my motorcycle.
That's what I said
He
he can
bring it
do
over
if he
here.
doesn't want to pay the money.
Oh yeah, so this is the same case then. If she don't want to pay me the money, she can sign off the title.
But here's what I don't understand, ma'am. Possession of the boat, right, is 9/10 of the law. So you're saying the boat's at whose house?
It's at our home, at me and my mom's home. I live here with her.
Okay, then she didn't take the boat from you. It's your boat. You can move it and use it however you want. I don't understand
It's
what
in
you're
her
suing
name though,
over.
and because if I move it, sir, you don't understand. She will put me in jail for stealing the boat. You're not understanding. It's in her name. I paid for it. I'm just asking if she would just sign off of the title and give it back to me. She wants me to move out. She wants me to do this. I'm trying to, sir. I'm trying to do everything possible, and I'm doing everything legally. That's why I've gotten hold of the governor about
All
other
right.
situations, about the
Then let
situations coming
me
in.
talk to mom for a second. So mom, do you agree that the boat actually belongs to Angela and not to you in terms of who paid for it?
Yes, sir. I asked her to,
Okay.
she bought the boat.
So why did you put it in your name?
because she wanted me to. Cause
All right. So why don't you want to unput it in your name?
Because I asked her to move out and she can have it, and she won't move out.
All right. So essentially what you're saying is you're using it as leverage.
No, I don't want her to do anything with it and blame me for it.
To be honest, that's a really good excuse. And this very thing has happened to me before. I sold a car to someone, signed the title over, and they never put the car in their name. Then they hit a light pole, totaled the car and left it standing where it was wrecked, and I got sued for the damages.
Okay, ma'am, I can't give you legal advice, but if it's not your boat, i.e. you guys are family and one of you asked the other one to sign title over to them. So you can't turn around and sort of sue each other to make us switch title. She shouldn't have asked you to sign for the title in the first place. But you understand it's her boat, right?
Yeah. But
okay.
Sir, I didn't really do this, but
Miss Lodge,
I didn't really want to do this.
So what is it you wish to say? Are you telling me if she moved out of your house, then you'd sign title over to her?
She can have the boat.
Okay, that's not what I asked. Ma'am, that's not what I asked. She could have the boat right now. It's her boat. Yeah. She could take it and go use it. But you understand the title's in your name. She wants you to put the title in her name.
No, she didn't want the title in her name when we bought it because of the Social Security.
That's in the past. Now what she's saying is she'd like the title in her name, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So you won't do that?
No, she can have it. I told her she can have it. It just, I'm scared that if I give her that title, she won't go and put it in her name. She'll leave it in mine. So how am I gonna know that it's out of my name?
Oh, ma'am, no. Right on the title, you can sign the title and say, Jamie Lodgson signs title over to Angela Rodriguez on this date. And then that's her problem, not yours.
Because I don't want nothing to happen and then she gets me in trouble.
All right, I understand that.
Too well.
But I just want to be clear, you're not trying to keep the boat for you, right?
No, no.
All right. Well, instead of getting sued for $5,000, all you have to do on that piece of paper is sign it over to her. And then it's her problem. Just like you said, it's not yours anymore.
Yeah, but Your Honor, when we went to Grand Haven to get it, coming back, she told me to call my sister and let my sister hear what she said.
Listen to me. The fact that she asked you to put it in your name instead of hers is exactly why I'm not going to let her sue you for $5,000. But what I'm explaining to you is, here's the problem. It really is her boat, not yours. Yeah, but right now you have your name on the title. You need to change that.
Yeah.
You understand?
But I'm telling you what she told my sister. She had me call my sister and told my sister, look what I bought my mom.
Okay, but I want to be very clear. You don't think this boat is a gift to you. It's not your boat, right? You agree with that?
I agree with that, but that's what she told
I understand this. A family really shouldn't be suing each other over signing over title of the boat. I'm not going to award any money damages in this matter. But what I'm telling you is, even if she asked you to put it in your name, it's her boat and she's asking you to now take it out of your name and put it in her name. I understand your concerns that you don't want her to, go take the boat, it gets in a wreck, and then they look up who owns the boat and you get in trouble. That's why you write on the title, you can sign that over to her.
Okay, and put down that I gave it to Angela Rodriguez on the title there? Okay.
While Judge Norbeck is right, I also understand the mother's concern as well. Because when other people come looking for damages, I guarantee that the Karen will conveniently not find the title and not remember signing anything.
Now listen to me. What other matters do you two have? Are you having a landlord
the bike
right now?
The landlord and the bike?
No, I only have a bike.
Okay.
The bike is the same situation, sir.
How are you doing an eviction?
Sorry about that.
Through landlord-tenant court or not?
We did.
Ms. Logston.
I did the eviction notice for the 7 days. And then
through landlord-tenant court.
Yeah. and then I went.
All right.
and
You
she
should
didn't-
also address this, you should also address this boat title in landlord-tenant court because it is possessions of the tenant that you're trying to, you know, you don't want because they're hers, right?
Yep.
All right.
And the bike too. I mean, she had my son put the bike back in my name, and he's got to pay for it. And now who gets the bike? So I've got to wait for that court date too.
Well, it's gonna be
No,
the
that
same
was only
thing.
with
ma'am.
money, sir.
It's gonna be
with
the
money.
same thing.
I
You
borrowed-
can't just sue your family members because you asked them to put things in their name and titles. That's not a small claims case I'm gonna entertain. All right? But what I'm telling
Oh,
you
no.
about the boat is Miss Rodriguez has an issue here because that boat belongs to her and you need to get it out of your name.
Yep.
Unless you want to say the boat's yours, and then we could have an argument about that, but it doesn't seem like you even want the boat, right?
I don't want the boat, but I'm just trying to tell you what she said to my sister. She told my sister called my sister and told my sister, look what I bought my mom.
All right. And that would be an issue if you were trying to say, okay, it's my boat because she gave it to me. But you're not trying to say that, so we don't even have to go down that road, right?
No.
All right.
No, she
I'm
can
going to
have the boat.
dismiss this lawsuit, but it's because you're telling me you understand that you need to sign that title over.
Yeah.
All right. You're all set then. I'm going to go ahead and release you.
Mr.
Ms.
Novak?
Lawson. I thought this was over the same tenant issue with the other
No,
two that are
no.
here who aren't camping by the rail.
No,
Yes,
she got
Miss
3 of them
Rodriguez.
going.
What she was talking about was I have another case coming up on I believe this September 5th, stating that with the Yamaha bike is the same situation, sir, that I'm going through.
Yes, and I'm telling you
her.
right now,
Like,
if
she's
you're
holding my
asking
title.
family members to put the title in their name, you're not gonna turn around and sue them for money. They just need to sign it back over to you. It's not really a lawsuit,
Okay.
all right?
Yeah, that's
But
what I
they need
asked
to
her to do. I've been
understand that,
asking,
and
I've been text messaging too.
I've been explaining that to your mom right now, that both of these lawsuits would go away if she just signed those titles back over to you.
I can't sign the V-Star
I
title
appreciate that.
What's
because my
that?
son, I can't sign the V-Star title because my son went to court over it. He's got to pay Angie over it. And now who gets the bike if he's got to pay for it?
I went to court, Norbeck, with Scotchless. It was the money I borrowed my brother. I borrowed my brother $5,300.
You need to borrow some English lessons. If you would have paid attention in school when you were growing up, it wouldn't have costed you nothing.
It wasn't about the collateral
Yeah,
stuff.
if you have a money
that was-
judgment, then that bike is his and he owes you money. Right?
No, the bike's mine. No, the bike is mine. Scotchless already said this. He already overruled it. The bike is mine. He had to pay me the money because he borrowed money. I didn't buy it for him. He borrowed the money from me.
I understand that.
Scott
How did you get
gave-
the bike and the money?
The bike came back to me, and I asked my mom because it was my bike because I paid for him to get the Harley, and that bike's supposed to be mine, and that's what happened. And I asked my mom to put it in her name, and this is what's happening again.
No,
Oh, but you mean
The
you didn't
same
get the Harley that
situation,
you were
I-
giving money to your brother to pay. You got the Yamaha.
Yes, I got the Yamaha. I bought the
All right.
Harley. We went through trial with Scotchless on that. It was $5,300 that he borrowed, and he has to pay me $4,800 back because he borrowed money.
And whose name is on the title for the Yamaha?
mine now.
My mom's, because I asked her to put it in her name because of Social Security reasons and for me to get it cheaper for insurance and stuff.
Yeah, ma'am. That's your problem. You're asking them to put things in your name and then they do it, and then you turn around and sue them for it.
I know. Yeah, I know, because they're not doing this for me. They told me they weren't going to do this to me.
All right. So, Miss Lodgton, I mean, we can wait and deal with the bike on the date in September if you want, but it's going to be the same issue. It's not your motorcycle. It belongs to Angela. You need to get your name off the title because Angela will sue you over it. All right?
But the thing of it is she sued my son over it. He's got to
No,
pay
ma'am.
for both bikes.
No,
And
ma'am.
then,
That's not what that lawsuit was about. That lawsuit was about money she lent your son to buy a different motorcycle, a Harley Davidson.
he bought both of them. She bought both
know.
of them and
All right,
And he's
ma'am,
gotta
I'm
pay
not
her
gonna get
back.
into this with you. We can come back and argue it in September. I'm gonna release you because you're not really part of the case that I still have to deal with today, so. You're all set. Ms. Logston, you can
Thank
make a
you,
lot
sir.
of your own problems going away with a few signatures, all right?
Yep.
All right, so back to the issue at hand. Here's the thing. Ms. Villarreal and Mr. Varenkamp. Essentially what's happening here is Ms. Rodriguez is suing you because she's saying that during, I guess, a landlord-tenant situation, she had a bunch of belongings that were put outside of the rental unit. So here's my question. Which one of you owns this place?
I do.
All right. What is Mr. Varenkamp's relationship to the property?
When I went there, he was already there. I asked him who he was. He said Angela told him to take everything out because she was moving.
Okay, ma'am, we're just going a little fast. Did you know Mr. Varenkamp?
No, I didn't even know
Oh, so
him.
he's not like a property manager. He doesn't work for you. He's just a guy. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll start with you, Ms. Villarreal. What Ms. Rodriguez is saying is she was a tenant and that you had a bunch of her stuff moved out of the apartment.
No, I didn't. I swear to God, he was already there when everything was already out.
Are you saying that Mr. Varenkamp was replacing Ms. Rodriguez as the tenant?
That's
Yes,
what me and Mrs.
that's what he was
Rodriguez
doing,
talked
trying-
about.
No.
All right.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Was that, Ms. Villarreal, was that actually a landlord-tenant agreement you had with Ms. Rodriguez? She was living there and paying you rent?
We talked about it.
Okay, I couldn't hear you.
Was it an actual landlord-tenant situation? She was living there and paying you rent?
She hasn't paid rent for 4 months. I kept telling her I wanted her out because all she's causing me
Did
is
you actually evict her?
Yes, I did. I have all the paperwork. And
No.
she was supposed
Did you
to be.
evict her through landlord-tenant court?
Yes, she was supposed
When
to be
did you
out
get that?
Tuesday at 4:30 and she's still there. So I
Alright,
called a guy
ma'am.
named Joel.
Ma'am, listen to me. When did you evict her? What is the date on your judgment?
The 30th of August.
Of this
Wait.
year?
Sorry, July. The 30th of July.
All right, but here's the problem. Her stuff got moved out before then, ma'am.
Yes, but I didn't do it. I did not do it. When
Okay.
I got there, they were already there.
All right. Okay, so let me switch gears. So Mr. Varenkamp,
Mr. Norbeck?
well, Ms. Rodriguez, let me talk to that.
Hold on, Mr.
Mr. Varenkamp, you're someone
Oh,
who wanted to move in there? Is that how you got?
Yes, at sometime in mid-April, I stopped over by Mrs. Rodriguez's house and she said that she had money that she was gonna move out and buy a house and stuff. And I asked her if she would talk to Mary, the landlord, about me taking over the house.
All right, so you were going to move in and start paying rent yourself to live there instead of Ms. Rodriguez?
Correct.
Okay, we
No.
call that a sublease. And when were you gonna do that?
It was gonna be in May. I think it was May 5th. May 3rd, me and Angela talked about it over there. She said that she talked to Mary and everything was a go.
That was
All
a
right.
lie.
So you, okay. So
Thank you.
Well, Mrs. Villarreal, I'll get to you. So in other words, what you said is, you're talking to Miss Rodriguez and you say, hey, she says she's gonna move out, I can move in, and then she told you she talked to the landlady and it was all green light.
Right. And then come
All
to
right.
find out, Miss
Well,
Rodriguez
No,
did not talk to
I
the
don't want you
landlord.
to jump ahead. I
Okay.
don't want you to jump ahead.
All
So
right.
there's a bunch of stuff in the apartment that doesn't belong to you, right? It's from probably Miss Rodriguez or whoever was living there.
There was not really nothing there.
Are you?
Okay.
There was some clothing items and a bunch of dirty dishes and some old food and stuff, which I did bag up. And another girl named Angela put them in her car and she brought them to Angela.
Don't, I got pictures. I got.
Who set that up? Do you know?
No, I don't know who set that up for her to bring her stuff. I think them two did.
And the other Angela said, oh, what, that's my friend or something?
Right, that they were friends for, yes. And she brought him
my
the stuff there. I think it was her, I'm not sure what.
And then did you move in after that?
No,
Okay. What was the day that you're talking about things were bagged up? You bagged them up, put them in some girl's car?
I have no idea when they did that. Because after Miss Rodriguez told me not to go back there, and I never went back there, so I have no idea what happened when she brought him to her at all.
Oh, so you didn't end up moving in there?
No,
All right. All right, Ms. Rodriguez, it's your turn. I want you to explain to me, well, first of all, why is it you're suing Miss Villarreal?
Okay, first I was gonna try to tell you, sir, I got this letter yesterday from the Allegan County Sheriff's Office. I had went and I did everything I can do. I went and talked to Dana Nessel. I went and talked to the governor. I got emails from him. I got all the text messages from me and Dave. I never one time told him to go inside my house, to take all my stuff out. He was not gonna move in. I did ask him to fix my roof because it was leaking. Mary knew that too. I've been asking Mary to.
Okay, Ms. Rodriguez, you're kind of
been
all over the place, so I'm just gonna go small, short question and answer session.
you
So
told me that
you were
you
living
you
there,
could help
and
me.
then you decided at some point in time you were gonna move out.
No, sir, I couldn't even move out. I wasn't even allowed to be there because I had no contact order against me and my son at the moment because my son put me in jail. This is the reason why.
So your mom wants you gone and your son wants you arrested. When factoring out all the negative circumstances in your life, you find that you are the common denominator, then maybe it's you who's the problem, Karen.
I have all the text messages. I didn't
How
know if I
old
could
is
have
your
turned them in
son?
here or not, but my son is 22. Well, he's 23 now.
All
He
right.
just turned 23
So
after
you were
August 20th.
living at that place with you and your son?
Yes, sir, I was. And then on
Okay.
March 23rd, he put me in
ma'am.
jail, so I had no contact.
Ma'am,
Yes.
you're doing it. You're just running
Yes.
ahead. So I'm just gonna, I just really need to nail down some things. So you were living with
Okay.
your adult son. Who was on the lease? You
There's
or him,
nobody
or
on the
both
lease,
of
sir.
you,
There
or
is no
neither of
lease.
you?
There is no lease, sir. We just renting it up as a verbal thing.
All right,
With the
okay.
landlady. I've been there for about 4.5 years.
All right, here's the problem though. So you can't go back there because you have a no contact order.
Oh, I can now, sir, because it's dismissed.
Ma'am,
But what
that's
I was
not my
trying to get to
question.
you
I'm
is,
talking
I got this
about
paper.
during this
Okay.
time where you're saying you're getting kicked out, really what it was is you weren't able to
Yes.
live there anyway because of a court order.
Right, that's the only reason. But my two other
Okay.
kids were there.
So
My
what
son was
happened
there.
to all
D-Ray
your
was there. I
stuff
had
that was there?
well, I was having Mr. Vornerkamp going to fix the leak on the roof outside because it was leaking. I've been taking it off of the.
Ma'am, that's not
Nope.
my question. My question is this. You were living with your adult
Sorry,
son,
sir.
and then the cop said you can't live there anymore. So where did you go?
Yes.
Where were you sleeping at night?
He didn't say I couldn't live there. I was sleeping
No,
at my
ma'am,
mom's house
that's
because I
not
was
how
on
domestic
probation.
violence works. You got a no contact order, which means you cannot go to that residence where your son lives.
Right.
So what
Right.
did you,
That's what I'm
where
saying.
were
It's
you
not that I can't
staying
live
at
there
night?
anymore.
Yes, it means you can't
At my
live there
mom's.
anymore. Okay, so you stayed at your
It
mom's.
means you have no contact there.
And how did you get your stuff?
I didn't get my stuff because I was still living there. I just had no contact with my son, sir. That was my home. I was living at my mom's until it was situated. It got dismissed. I got off probation. I was allowed to go back. And when I went back, but before that, I already tried to press charges. That's what I'm trying to get at you, is that the Allegan County Sheriff they are appropriately examining and reviewing the public records again, because I have gotten in touch with, because there should have been home invasion and destruction of property. Is what
By
I'm trying to
who?
say. So on Dave and Mary because they went in my house illegally 2 different times on June 10th and on May 8th and put all my belongings outside when I was not being evicted, sir.
Where was your son?
He was there.
My son just
He was
moved
not there.
out. So I had my cousin and move in there, and then he started making sexual comments on text message to her about playing with his
Okay, ma'am,
thing and
let me stop you.
Yes.
Let me stop you. Okay, you have an
Yeah,
an
so it's
order where you were evicted, right?
No, and about that eviction notice, sir, I just went and appealed that eviction under my legal name. My legal name is Angela Rodriguez, not Angelica.
Okay.
And I've been
That-
telling her
that's neither
that, so
here
it's
nor
not
there.
even in my name.
All
Like,
right,
legally,
all right. Listen to me. I can't
Right.
get a straight answer out of anybody. All right, so you're living there with your adult son. Your adult son gets a order from court that you can't stay there, and your landlord evicts you. And somewhere in between that time, your possessions go somewhere out of the house. Where did they go?
Yes, it went out of the house before she evicted. Sir, my dad watched it happen. I have a witness. There was other people that came up and stole all my stuff. I'm talking about my furniture, everything everything that I own was in that house. He put out.
Where was your
that
son?
my son
He
moved
still
out,
lived at the
and-
house.
No, he didn't. He moved out, and that's why I had Angie in there because I didn't want my house to be not vacant where nobody was there, where they could take my stuff, and they did it anyway.
All right, Miss
There was
Villarreal,
my house.
well, first of all, why do you have people living there without a lease?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you with all the talking.
Why
of
do you have people living there without a lease?
Yes, that was my mistake. From now on, I'm making a lease, but Angela was only supposed to be there with her 2 kids, her youngest kids. Her son.
But do you understand that if before you get a court order for eviction, you move people's stuff out of the house, you're on the hook for that dollar amount. You're on the hook for multiple times that dollar amount.
No, I didn't. I swear to God, I did not do anything.
Mrs. Villarreal, who emptied the house out?
Dave was already there when I got
Sir, I have.
So you're saying Dave
Sir, I
did.
have.
Angela knew
Ms.
I was there.
Rodriguez, stop talking for a second.
Okay.
So Mr. Varenkamp, who moved the stuff out of the house?
I did, with permission from her,
From who?
Angela Rodriguez.
And why do you say you have permission?
Because it says right here that she wishes that, sorry, I can't go there to help. The stuff inside that I don't want, you can throw away. And prior to that, we
The
talked.
porch.
She told me, she talked to Mary, that I could move in there.
Well, that's your problem. If she wasn't the landlord or owner of the property, then what makes you think that she has any authority to allow you to take over the lease? Everybody in this hearing could not just use a lesson in English, but a lesson in common sense as well.
On the 3rd.
Well, I agree that she may have said that, but that's neither here nor there. What I need to find out is where did her stuff go and who did that?
I put it in bags, did not destroy nothing, and I set it outside.
On the outside, on the curb, outside of the yard, outside on the porch?
Out on the yard, on the property, right by the
What
trailer.
kind of stuff?
Blankets, hoodies, old dishes.
All right.
Oh, dishes.
And then what happened to it?
Shoes. Furniture.
The one Angela that was there, her cousin or whatever the relationship is, she was going to be a roommate. She did.
All right, so let's stop right there. Miss Rodriguez, who is he talking about? Who's the other Angela?
Her name is Angela Merritt. She lived there with me. Well, she was staying there for a couple of days because I wasn't allowed to be there, and I didn't want my stuff to do like this is what's going on.
Okay.
My dad called me
Mr.
when he was putting my
Varenkamp?
stuff out at the same day.
So these
I was
bags
up north.
that you filled up, they went into Angela Merritt's car?
That's what Angela Merritt told me.
All right, so
No.
you weren't there?
They never
Yeah.
went into the car. They're
Angela
outside.
Merritt,
Miss
Angela Merritt
Rodriguez,
came there
you wouldn't
after the
know
fact.
that either, so just stop talking. All right, Mr. Varenkamp. So you bag up stuff, you put it on the porch. And then you don't know what happened to it? You just heard about what happened to it?
Right, because Angela was there. I would come there,
Which Angela?
Merritt.
So Angela Merritt, who was staying there at the time, knew about all this stuff that you put on the porch?
She was not staying there at the time. She came
Okay,
there
but she
a
was
day
standing
after.
there with all this stuff on the porch?
She came there after I was in there packing things up.
Okay. How do you know that?
Because Miss Rodriguez asked me, so she can live there. She'd be my roommate.
Miss Merritt.
No.
Yes.
All right. So then here's what I'm saying is here's where I need to get to. All right. So I have this friend named Angela Merritt who is also at the house. You've bagged up stuff. You've put it on the porch. You weren't there when someone took it off the porch, but you heard later what happened with it.
Mrs. Merritt was there.
Okay.
And Mrs. Merritt told me herself that she brought it to Angela.
Okay. And when was
That's
that?
a lie.
No, it's not.
That's a lie, sir. I
That's
have
all
pictures
right.
of everything outside on my lawn.
All right, but here's the
turned it into
problem,
the
Miss Rodriguez.
investigators
You
to
don't know
decide.
what happened either. You weren't there either. So now what I have is a witness who's telling me
No,
they
my
were
dad
literally
was.
there and literally told by your friend that that's where your stuff went. And Miss
No.
Villarreal says she didn't know what's
Didn't
going
come there
on.
until
Essentially, all
after
this
the
is
fact.
happening. What's that? What's that, ma'am? Miss Rodriguez?
knew I was
Angela didn't
there.
come over. She didn't start staying there until after the fact.
No, she was
Okay,
there.
but Mr.
She had her belongings there.
Mr. Verenkamp, who doesn't know who this person is, just described the person who you know as Angela Merritt being at the house when those bags were on the porch and saying she was bringing them to you, or I'm sorry,
Right,
Mr.
Mrs. Merritt's
Verenkamp, that she
belongings
was
were
going to
there,
bring
too.
them to Angela
No,
Rodriguez,
sir.
or that she did bring them to Angela Rodriguez?
My
Mr.
dad is the
Verenkamp.
one that called me telling me Dave was the
Miss
one there
Rodriguez,
bringing my
Miss
stuff out
Rodriguez,
in the grass.
part of the reason we're having a problem here is you don't have your camera on and you can't see what I'm doing. I'm not talking to you right now. I'm talking to Mr. Verenkamp. All right, Mr. Verenkamp, we're getting real close here. Angela Merritt told you, I'm going to take these things to Angela Rodriguez, and they were still there. Or the things weren't there, and Angela Merritt told you, I did take them to Angela Rodriguez.
Yeah, I showed up the next day. Most of the bags were gone. Mrs. Merritt told me that she was bringing her Angela her stuff.
Okay, and I saw that in the text messages. That's the, sorry, I can't help it, when you bagged them up and put them there. All right, so Miss Rodriguez, here's the problem, is as far as I can follow what I actually have as firsthand witnesses testifying, your stuff was put out, but was picked up by a friend of yours.
No, sir. I'm telling you, I have pictures and I put them in with the cops already too. Everything is outside. This man is lying. I promise you, my stuff's still
I
outside.
have photographs too.
Well, sir, if
I have
the stuff is still
photographs.
there, well, ma'am, after July 30th, it's not your stuff anymore because you got evicted. If you didn't pick it up by then, the landlord gets to do whatever they want with it. They can burn it, they can give it away, they can do whatever they want.
I'm sorry, sir. No, they cannot, because I go back to court September 5th for that same place. So I don't know where you're getting at telling them that. I have court date with the same matter, September 5th. So how are you going to tell them that that stuff is in that house is there still when I have to go to court still September 5th for the same matter?
Ma'am, they have a
Because I appealed
judgment.
it.
Oh, well, if you have to go back
I
for appeal,
appealed
that's
that
fine.
because it's not in
But
my name.
there is no provable claim here of loss of money that's either of these two people's fault. Mr.
What you mean?
Verenkamp
I
is
have
doing
proof of
what
all
you
of it.
requested him to do, and Miss Villarreal doesn't even know it was happening.
What did I request him to do, sir? Can you tell me?
Yes. Get rid of anything you didn't want.
Please tell
So he
me.
bagged it up, he put it on the porch,
That's-
and then your friend said, I'm gonna take it to her. That's all the more
No, sir.
responsibility he has, ma'am. He doesn't have any more responsibility than that. He was replacing
you
you
read
as
about?
as a sublease
Have
for a
you read
lease you
about
don't
that,
even
sir?
have.
It was for a leak in a house, in my porch,
Okay,
the stuff in my porch
ma'am,
area,
here's
sir.
my ruling, ma'am,
Yeah,
especially because
that's cool.
you
Thank
already
you.
used the language of home invasion and malicious destruction of property.
Oh,
Those crimes
most
you cannot sue
definitely.
for. You have to do the criminal
Oh,
route.
I.
I
That's
let
what I
you
tried to
make
tell
an
you.
argument to see if there was any sort of civil liability here, but I do not find any civil liability from either of these two parties.
That's
My
why I.
judgment would be to dismiss without prejudice. Thank you. I'm going to release parties.
Thank
Thank
you.
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 I will make sure I go and appeal that. Thank you.
You can appeal all you want, but it's pretty clear to me that you're the reason that you lost all your invaluable Tupperware. So now we move on to the next hearing, which is pretty short, but at least we get to put a face with this assault on the English language.
And Ms. Logston, if you could go ahead and take yourself off mute. Ms. Rodriguez, take yourself off mute. All right. Sorry about that, ladies. I did have one going right before you guys. So we are here on this file 2401690 SC. It's Rodriguez versus Logston. We're here as a small claims case. What I mean by a small claims case is this: we're here trying to do this without any attorneys. Parties are here today without attorneys. We're also not asking for this to be decided by a jury trial, but for this to be decided right here now in front of me. So if the parties are ready and willing to proceed without attorneys and with me as the decider of the outcome, then the first thing I would do if we're ready to proceed is swear you both in. What I mean by that is to raise your right hands. Ms. Rodriguez, I cannot see you, but I'd ask you to raise your right hand the same way that Ms. Logston is going to raise. Oh, there you go. Swear or affirm any testimony you give here today would be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I do think, as far as what I can tell, looking from the affidavit and claim here, that essentially what we're talking about, I think we touched base on this. Oh no, this is back to a motorcycle. So this is a motorcycle that parties agree, right, belongs to Miss Rodriguez. Miss Logston, you do not think the motorcycle belongs to you, correct?
No, it don't. It don't belong to
All right.
her because they went to court and my son has paid for it.
Yes,
They go
but the
tomorrow.
issue is the title of the bike is in your name, Miss Logston, and not Miss Rodriguez's.
She
Well,
wanted it in my name.
I know, I understand that.
I
Miss
asked-
Rodriguez, what is it you
I
wish
asked
to
for
say?
it. Yes, sir. So we went to court back. I got it recorded. I recorded everything just like this is being recorded. I recorded you last week too, telling her she admitted it. That is my bike.
I guess that means you also recorded your admission to either Social Security or insurance fraud, which she's about to do again in this hearing.
We went to court with Scotchless. I took it to pre-trial. It's not about the collateral stuff. I borrowed my brother money.
Okay,
I
Miss
borrowed
Rodriguez?
$5,300. Yes, sir.
Miss Rodriguez, this is not about that lawsuit, all right? I understand what
Right.
happened in that lawsuit. What this lawsuit is
Right.
about, I'm trying to clarify, is this is your
And I'm trying to
motorcycle, but the title is
Yes,
in your
sir.
mother's name. All right.
Yes, for Social Security purposes. I asked her and I asked her to sign off it, but she
Okay,
won't.
Miss
She's saying
Rodriguez,
my brother.
please stop talking. All right. So it's your motorcycle and you were able to go get the motorcycle, correct, Miss Logston? You're not
Yes, sir.
preventing her from taking the motorcycle. All right. Then there is no damages here. There's no out-of-pocket expense that I could possibly pursue in small claims. It's your bike. She's not preventing you
Thank
from
you.
having or using your bike.
Okay, thank you. She sign off of it, please, and give me the title then, sir.
I
Because
can't
she's
make
tried to
her
get me
do
in
that.
trouble. But it is
Now,
my
are
bike
you
and I can
guys
ride.
also in landlord-tenant court?
Yeah. I don't know
Miss
why for,
Logston,
but
are
yeah.
you in landlord-tenant court where you're trying to evict Miss Rodriguez?
Yes.
All right. Now, in landlord-tenant court, part of that eviction process is what happens to Miss Rodriguez's possessions. If you were to bring this up in front of the district court judge in landlord-tenant court, a district court judge can make Miss Logston do what's called specific performance, i.e. sign the title over to her. I can't make her do that. I can award you a money damages for out-of-pocket expenses, but you do not have any out-of-pocket damages here. We're all in agreement it's your motorcycle. You're able to take it, use it, ride it around. What you need is a very specific thing. You need her to sign the title back over to you. But that is specific performance. You would need to be in general civil or in landlord tenant to have a district court judge order her to do that. I can't order her to do that. Does that make sense to both of you? Okay, so what I'm saying is there is a solution to your current problem. One solution is Miss Logston, you could just sign it over and you would be done with these lawsuits. Or two, you could bring it up as part of your landlord tenant case as a possession of Miss Rodriguez's, the tenant, but Miss Logston still has some sort of control over it, i.e. the title. And you could resolve that in front of your landlord tenant court, or Miss Logston, you could resolve this by signing that title over to her. But we can't proceed with it as a small claims case. It's not the appropriate venue. I just want to make sure that what I just explained makes sense to everybody, right?
Yeah, but they gotta go to court tomorrow over it. The payments and.
It's not
my
over the
son is gonna-
motorcycle.
See, I can't even.
It's not over the motorcycle. It's money. It's what he owes me. It's not over a motorcycle though, Janie.
And that is
I've been
between
telling
Miss
you.
Rodriguez and her brother. That's not what she needs
Right.
from you. What she needs from you is something different. All right. But I am going to go ahead and release parties. We don't need to be here for small claims on this particular matter. That doesn't mean the matter is resolved. It just means, as I'm trying to explain to you guys, there are other more appropriate avenues for you guys to resolve this, right?
Yeah, there is.
All right. And I'm going to go ahead and release you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Gonna release us, and she said, "Thank you, sir." I'm not signing that title for her.
I'll be honest, I wouldn't sign that title over either. I'd make her meet me at the tax office and force her to put that property in her name in that moment. Alright guys, that's the end of today's video. I'll be sure to keep an eye on this family feud as it plays out in courts and bring it to you as new developments occur. So if you liked the video, hit the like button. If you disliked it, hit the dislike. But don't forget to leave a comment below and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss any of my content. I'm Team Skeptic, and I'm out.